Laughing Vikings Live. High vibe chats with actors, comedians, and creators, plus stand-up comedy, sketch comedy, and most importantly, you. That's right, join us every Monday for new episodes, and you can be a part of the show on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch. Ask questions and interact in the comments, and make sure to share this with your actor, comedian, and creator friends so they can be a part of the show too. Can't make a live show? No problem. You can catch up on your favorite podcast platform and visit laughingvikings.com to find out how you can join the cast and crew. All right, it's time for today's show. Buckle up and make sure you stick around to the end because we have a special surprise for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Laughing Vikings Live. Happy Monday Fun Day. Let's go. Over there. Over there. All right. What a raucous start to episode 75. I'm not sure if any of you recognize the little ditty we were playing. It was an original that Brandon and I wrote right before the podcast.
Yes.
Aptly named Happily Birthdaying. We wrote it. Happily birthday. Happily birthday to you. Happily birthday to you. Because this is Laughing Vikings' fifth, count them, 5-year anniversary. So we're celebrating here in the studio in Toronto. That's right. This week, 5 years ago, I think it was actually yesterday or the day before, I signed the lease for Laughing Vikings. And only like a day or two before did I even register the company. And 5 years later, and look at us now. Look at us now. We got fancy backdrops, kazoos, and guitar sunglasses.
Yes.
In your face, anyone who didn't think we were going to succeed. Oh, look at me now. How it started, how it's going. How it started, how it's going. That's right. In your face, guidance counselor who didn't think I would be successful.
You're still in the same place.
Guitar sunglasses. Once again, if you're just listening right now, you may not know what's going on, which is why we suggest show up live every Tuesday. Now we're here on Tuesdays. Used to be Monday Fun Day. Now it's Tuesday. Woosday. Is that it? And today's special Tuesday. This is Super Tuesday, which apparently it's some like universal galactic vortexical supernova of a day. This is February 22nd, 2022. Not until 2222 will there be more twos in a day. Amazing. Look at us.
That's
we
are incredible.
This is this my audition for Rocket Man? I will be playing the role of Elton John.
Please.
Benny and the Jets. Fun fact, a lot of people know and love Elton John because of his piano skills.
Yeah.
He started as a kazooist.
And that was what we were looking for in the casting, Lars. You passed the test.
Yeah.
You're Elton John now. Congratulations, Lars Classington. We are so excited. We don't need to hear an accent. We don't need to see you play the piano.
Hello,
We know.
hello, I'm Elton John. I am King of the Kazoo. Yay! Hello, sweep your chimneys and play a little tune. I'm Elton John. I'm Elton John. That's right, right?
All right, Lars, we're going to have to go in a different direction. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. All right. Yeah, you could see yourself out. That'd be great.
I could play
if you see the Blur,
classics.
We're actually considering him for the role of Elton as well. So if you see the Blur around, let us know.
Sure, you don't want me to play another Elton John classic?
You know what?
Rocket Man?
Play Rocket Man for me. I'm interested to hear how it is on kazoo, the original version of the song. Yeah, there it is. Oh.
I'm a rocket man.
You play the entire thing all on kazoo and only say
I'm
Rocket
a rocket
Man.
man. Yeah, I'm a rocket man. I'm a rocket man.
There you go.
Benny and the Jets.
Benny and the Jets.
Yes. So this is 5 years of Laughing Vikings. Should I take these off now? Is this distracting? Viewers at home right now, let us know what city you're tuning in from, where you're from. Say hello. A lot of this episode is going to be about you. It's going to be a little bit of a throwback episode, not a clip show. We may reenact some clips. In lieu of clips, we will reenact past Laughing Vikings moments. We're going to talk about some of the most fun stories and fun facts of Laughing Vikings. And we're going to also promote the current day things happening at Laughing Vikings, including Laughing Vikings presents Eric Johnson and his Run with the Bull comedy tour live and in person. And the restrictions have been rolled back. The government has rolled back the restrictions on fun. That's right. It is unlimited fun. No more fun restrictions. We are allowed to have whatever the regular capacity is. We are allowed to have the legal amount of people in the room for it not to be a fire hazard, I do believe, at Bracebridge Hall, Sunday, February 27th at 8 p.m. And you can get tickets at bbhall.ca. That's www. Make sure to type in the www. That stands for World Wide Web. Dot, and then put the dot in there, not a comma. Make sure it's a dot, not an underscore, not a hyphen. Okay. www.bb as in boy, hall as in harmonica, A apple, L Leopold, and L leopard. .ca.
What does that stand for?
bbhall.ca. That's right. Sunday, February 27th at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20. Eric Johnson presents. I'm going to be hosting. So I'll be doing my thing as the MC and the host of the night. Eric is going to be the headliner. And if you don't know who Eric Johnson is, you should. And you can go back and learn all about him in episode 74. Last week, we featured him on the show. It was a fantastic episode. Very inspiring, especially if you're a self-starter and you want to be the type of person that doesn't wait for opportunities to be given to you. You just want to go out there and make your own thing happen. Listen to Eric Johnson's episode 74 and grab a ticket if you're anywhere in the greater Toronto area, Muskoka area, cottage country. You can grab tickets to see us live in person. Live comedy's back. Live fun. Live fun.
Are you going to be playing kazoo throughout the night?
Yeah. I'm going to I have a 3-hour opening slot.
Wow.
Where the show starts at 8, but I go on at 5 to play all of Beethoven's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Fun fact about Beethoven, too. A lot of people think he wrote it for like orchestras and pianos. All of his pieces.
You're telling me that's not true?
They were all written for the kazoo.
Interesting. That was around.
Mozart, too.
Mozart.
It was easy to play. I think, were they blind? One of them was blind. And I think part of the reason...
Beethoven was deaf, I believe.
Oh, Beethoven was deaf. Was Mozart blind? I feel like... Pretty sure all famous composers were down one sense.
Deaf in one ear? I don't know. That is a good question. It's too bad we can't figure out the answer to all of these.
I think Mozart had psoriasis. That was it. He was always itchy, and that's where a lot of his music came from. It's just I'm so itchy. I gotta get the itch out somewhere. Are you looking it up right now?
I am. Beethoven first noticed difficulties with his hearing decades earlier, sometime in 1798, when he was about 28. By the time he was 44 or 45, he was totally deaf and unable to converse unless he passed written notes back and forth to his colleagues, visitors, and friends.
Wow.
He died in 1827 at the age of 56. So he was deaf for about 11 to 12 years.
Way to put a damper on the birthday party, Brandon, talking about deaths of Beethoven. We're here to celebrate. No, seriously, though, shout out to Beethoven. If you were alive, you would for sure be invited to our 5th anniversary episode of Laughing Vikings podcast. Imagine we had Beethoven on the podcast.
People would tune in for that.
Incredible.
We wouldn't be able to converse with him because he would have to pass us notes, but it would be interesting.
No. Now there's technology for that. We'd figure it out. We'd be better. He'd type it in.
Beethoven has that talking computer thing.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take these off because I think they're affecting my regular eyesight. I'm fascinated. Should I keep them on?
I mean, if it doesn't affect your eyesight.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like sometimes I want to say credible things as a credible human being. And when you're wearing rock star glasses and also wearing a
happy shirt,
playing the kazoo. I mean, did I jump the shark long ago? So nobody's taking me seriously, anyways. Anyhow,
people don't take kazoo players seriously enough, and I think that's a problem.
Yeah. Hey, why come nobody's? Hey! I'm serious here.
Hey, come on.
Hey! This isn't a joke.
This is a valid art form.
This ain't no joke. All right.
Beethoven was famous for kazoo playing. Everyone.
Benny and the Jets. For real. This is my audition for the role of Kazoo Man, the little known brother of Elton John's story of his music success with kazoo. We had a twin.
That's a good title. That's a strong title.
Shelton John.
Shelton John.
Yeah, there was Elton. Who went on to be one of the highest selling people of all times. And he played mostly the piano, I suppose. And then there was his brother Shelton, who focused on the kazoo, much to the chagrin of everyone around him. The Ball Fields. What up, Ball Fields? That's my brother Chris, coming to us live from the Madison Square Garden, Penn Station area in NYC. That's Laughing Vikings, New York. What? He says, exactly. When I tuned in, I thought Elton John was your guest, is his comment.
And we did have Elton in the building. He came. He filmed a self-tape.
He was here earlier.
Yeah. He was great.
But this is Shelton. I'm Shelton.
You're Shelton.
John.
We have Shelton John here as the guest, Chris.
Lesser known, famous brother of infamous brother.
Yeah.
And Kazoo
master.
Benny and the Jets. Cause I'm a rocket man. What's another one? There's got to be more. He's got more than 2 songs, right? Yeah. He's got a any others?
I'm still standing. I'm still.
Oh, how about I got a good one. I got a little candle in the wind. Rest in peace, Lady Di. That's a good tune for a birthday party, huh?
Yeah.
Like a candle on the wind. Take a bit back down like a candle in the wind.
Works better than I'm still standing, right?
Say that again.
It works better than I'm still standing.
I don't know the songs well enough to like fully riff on them. I know like three. Like I know what I just did. I was like, that's it, right?
Yeah. We're gonna hear a lot of Benny and the Jets.
Oh, I got a good. Yeah. Oh, you mean episode 75, the 5th year anniversary, where all he did was kazoo Benny and the Jets for 45 minutes.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, once you find a bit that works, you got to commit to the bit, right? So
always commit to the bit.
I'm going to warn you right now, if you're going to hate me and or your own life, if you hear one more bit of kazoo a la Benny and the Jets, maybe this isn't the episode for you. Maybe. I'm not saying it isn't.
You should go back, look and listen and watch to all of our other past episodes. Come back to this one, and you'll realize the importance that kazoos play in your life.
Yeah, because this isn't one of those podcasts where you can just listen to one solo episode. We've been building to this over 75 episodes. This is the crescendo. This is the climax of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Wait, I got another one. No, that's not it. No. Circle of Life? How does it go?
It's the circle of life. Oh, yeah. Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
Oh, there you go. All right, this is the kazoo episode of Laughing Vikings. I'm gonna put kazoo down now. Lars, step away from the kazoo. I need it, man. I gotta play. I got a hankering. It's my art.
Pulling Lars away from a kazoo is maybe the hardest job in the world, and Luna handles that job brilliantly. Thank you, Luna, the Wonder Pug. We appreciate you so. We would not be Laughing Vikings without Luna, the Wonder Pug. Hey, there she is.
For 5 years. Luna's been a city pug for 5 years. She moved here with me to the stewed. There she is. Give me a little kiss. No. Give me say hello. What do you have to say? Words of wisdom? What have you learned in 5 years?
What have you learned, Luna?
What have you learned? Okay.
Everyone, please listen very carefully to Luna. She speaks very softly.
Think about it. Just look into her eyes. She speaks with her eyes.
Look into her eyes and tell us in the comments what you think Luna's saying right now. I want to hear your opinions.
I think she's saying, what the fuck is happening? Why you picked me up and not feeding me right now? What is going on? I don't like this one bit.
I don't like this bit.
All right. Well, we are rocking and rolling here. I really got to keep these on the whole time. I feel ridiculous.
You don't have to.
Brandon, I feel ridiculous. All right.
I'm sorry, Lars. Is it a birthday party or is it not?
This is a serious business show. By the way, speaking of serious business, to celebrate, you want to have a good old-fashioned game of tennis ball catch?
Ooh, I'm down for a game of tennis ball catch. Let me just get my trusty glove. All right.
I'll throw the tennis ball. It's green, so it looks a little funky every once in a while. But
okay. Well, it shouldn't look super funky on here.
All right, here we go. Right, and I'm gonna toss it. I'm gonna toss it nice and high for you.
Okay. Oh, hey, there we go. Look at that.
Oh, nice. Okay, toss it to me.
You see that catch?
Toss it to me, not too hard.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
And
oh, I got it.
Oh, you caught it.
I got it.
Yeah. Well, we can't do that again. So let's not.
Well, you got another ball? Throw it to me.
I can't take your ball away from you, Lars. I couldn't do that.
Oh, that was
good. Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, Luna's tossing them. Nice. Okay. Nice throws, Luna.
Okay. Oh,
she's such a great catcher and thrower. Luna. Wonder Pug, everybody. Wonder Pug.
All right, here. I'm going to whip one as hard as I can at you. Ready?
Okay. Ready?
You have a little baseball experience, right?
I have dodgeball experience.
Okay. I'm just going to throw it to you about 85 miles per hour directly at you.
Okay.
But I'm very accurate. So where I'm going to hit you right here.
Okay.
So it'll just bounce off your head, but don't move. Otherwise you'll take it in the eye or the mouth and it will hurt you.
Okay.
Your skull is the safest spot to take a tennis ball.
That's what I've been told by science.
That's what check WebMD if you don't believe me. Here we go.
Okay, I'm ready.
I mean, you're gonna trust a guy with happy face glasses, kazoo, and a guitar sunshades, right?
You're the only person I trust. Ready? I'm ready. Let's do this.
Nice. Felt good. Felt good.
That was fun.
All right. Down to business. All right. Enough of this.
All right.
Enough of this. Party over. Oh, look, the
Blur, you're back.
The Blur.
I have a proposition for you, Blur.
What's that?
To play Elton John.
Oh, no.
The Kazoo Master. Brother to Shelton John, the Kazoo Master.
Oh, you think I could pull it off?
Yeah, I think you could be Shelton John.
Well, it just so happened that I do have his glasses.
My God, Blur, you are so handsome in those glasses. Those are the real. Oh, Lars, you're back. I didn't realize that was you.
It was me all along. Here we go.
It's me all.
Here we go. I mean, I'm Clark Kent, Superman. No,
what? Who?
Which one am I? Who do you think
are you talking about?
Who do you think I am? Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy, not the other guy. Yeah,
I have my suspicions.
Me, Lars. It's just me, Lars. I'm still blurry though. I don't like it. I'm like half and half. It's like Lars and the Blur had a baby.
Ooh.
Logitech. I'm gonna go on the record. Logitech, you're gone.
Oh yeah, you're gonna buy a new one?
Yeah, I don't like thinking about this, and it bugs me. And if it was it doesn't do it consistently, but it does it enough that it bothers me, and it can't ever happen during a high stakes audition and things like that. So you're out of here, Logitech, unless you're listening to this right now, Logitech, and you're like, we can make this better by sending you free Logitechs. Then I will graciously accept them as a peace offering. Other than that, I don't know who else is cooking up webcams these days, but Logitech, I am not happy with you right now. Wait. There we go. And he's back. Okay.
Hey.
All right. Shout out to Logitech, our webcam sponsor.
And before we move on with anything else, if you want to step into your role in 2022, watch Audition Hero, our 3-part training series at www.laughingvikings.com/Audition Hero. And you can catch up on our 3-day training seminar where Lars went through great ways to do a home studio setup, making sure that you have the proper Audition Hero mindset, and you are welcomed into the Audition Hero community. And if you want to get on board for our next one, community, you can join our wait list in the Audition Hero page. So go to laughingvikings.com/Audition Hero today. It's my music.
Always points. Always point.
As jazz hands.
Yeah, so people know what to do. They're like, huh? What am I supposed to do? Read this and then go do that. Step into your dream role in 2022. Watch Audition Hero, our 3-part training series. www.laughingvikings.com/Audition Hero. All right. Well, we want to talk about 5-year anniversary stuff. What are we going to talk about? What are we going to highlight here?
Well, Lars, let's go back to the very beginning. So you said you signed the lease either today or tomorrow or the next day.
I believe it was February 20th. Yeah.
Take me back to the days leading up to Laughing Vikings and like you finding the lease and you starting this business. Did you have the name for the business first, or did you have the location first?
I think I had seen the location, realized if I was going to start a business, I would need a business name. So then I started to figure it all out. I had the idea first of like, oh, I've always wanted to have a production company. I need to have a production company. I was not living in Toronto at the time. If you want the whole story? Want the whole story, Brandon?
Yeah,
the whole story.
Sure. The whole story.
So I had, at the time, I had. What's the easiest way to say it? mutually chosen to end a relationship that I was in at the time, is the easiest way to say it. Great friends with her now and know her well. But I'd been with her a few years, and we were living together outside of Toronto. So I was in that weird in-between phase in my life where it was like, okay, that part of me is not happening now. I got to relocate, figure out what is the next step is. So I don't know if I'm sure everyone's been in those scenarios where you're just like, something has ended, quote unquote ended, and something new is now like, okay, what are my options? So I wanted to move back to Toronto. And so what I started to think about was getting a work live commercial studio sort of place. But the thing that prompted it is I had a week where I had 4 auditions, and an actor buddy of mine, Trevor Ketchison, who lives across the street down in this Queen and Broadview neighborhood. I hadn't seen him in a little while, but great friends with him. So I messaged him and I said, because I was living at the time, I went home. So I was living with my dad at the time, just in between, like, okay, I'll go home, live there, figure out what my next plan was, and use their place as a jumping off point. And then I was like, can I crash on your couch for the week? He's also an actor, so he had auditions all week. And what happened was I started to connect the dots of like, of 2 things. One being back in the studio district of Toronto. And then the other thing was having the privilege and privilege and luxury, I guess, of having another actor to work with before auditions. So what would happen with me and Trevor is every day we would have auditions, commercial, TV, film. And so we were being each other's readers. And so he would help me with mine. Then I'd walk 10 minutes to go to the casting house and do the audition. Then I'd come back, chill around with him, and then he would have one in the afternoon. And so I would run his with him. And that was one of the initial things that started to get the ball rolling. And because of that week, I got familiar with the area as well. At the time, all of our auditions were in person with a little bit of self-tapes. So I just started to realize, like, oh, all the casting houses are within a 15-minute radius of here that I can walk to. So then I just started looking for commercial space and was like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I felt that I couldn't, at the time, my thinking was that I couldn't afford to find like a fancy condo and a studio space. And I knew long-term, if I focus on the studio space now, that will get me the things that I want in the business that will afford me to upgrade to a house and or condo later. So I started looking for studio spaces, signed the lease. And that one of the cool things about that moment for me was that was one of 2 or 3 all-in moments in my life where it was literally all the money I had. And a little bit of it came on a credit card too, where I had first month saved up, last month saved up, a deposit, and like maybe another month's rent, so that I knew I was like, I got this month, I can get the place and I can pay next month's rent. And then I had some money left over to like furnish it and buy the equipment and things like that. But that was totally like, I guess this is what I'm doing now. And then just shoved it all in there. So it was cool. It was really cool that way. And then just started to figure out, well, how can I use the space? And the original intention was more like rentals of the space, like for people who want to do their own green screen videos or their own podcasts, their own little film shoots, as casting sessions, as rehearsal spaces. And what then really started to happen was, and this was from Trevor and also a friend of mine, Mandy May Cheatham, who we had on the show, Mandy Mayhem. Shout out to Mandy. She was like, you should market directly to actors to help them with self-tapes. This is the thing that drives us all crazy. And I had been feeling that way too, where I was getting self-tape requests and just like getting anxious about, okay, where am I going to film this? Who am I going to bug to get it? I got to arrange it. I got to set up lights and a backdrop and do all this. And had it set up here in the studio. So she was like, just start telling people that you have self-tape space available here. So yeah, and it spread and it spread and it spread. Mm-hmm. And here we are 5 years later, Kazoo's in hand.
Kazoo's in hand.
Lars,
I have another.
I want to say hello to Jareen too. Jareen Ignatius says, "Yay! Happy birthday, Laughing Vikings." Jareen was also our runner-up in our 2022 Audition Hero contest, where she won a 3-pack of Zoom audition sessions. She submitted a fantastic and inspiring video
Yes.
about her getting started here in the TV film industry in Toronto and getting an agent, and then starting to work on her craft and her acting classes and her audition technique, and then stumbling across Laughing Vikings.
Mhm.
And Brandon, for the past year and a bit-ish, has helped Doreen with her auditions via Zoom, and we've never met in person. Isn't that crazy? We've seen each other so much on Zoom,
Yeah.
and we've never met in person, and we love her. So,
Oh yeah, Doreen's amazing.
maybe it'd be too much to meet you in person, Doreen.
Too
Too intense. Too much.
Too much of a good thing. Too much
Yeah.
of a good thing.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, a big part of Laughing Vikings, I always knew that I wanted to have my own production company. As a comic and as an actor, I wanted to produce my own stand-up shows under the banner of Laughing Vikings. Laughing Vikings, the name didn't come about at all because of anything to do with self-tapes or auditions. It was Laughing Vikings first, and then auditions were a part of what I just figured out as a need. It was sort of like, instead of deciding what you want to be as a business, it was figure out what the need is out there, what the problem is for people, and then we just started serving that need versus being, I'm going to start a self-tape business. Certainly wasn't that.
Yeah.
And then, and I knew that I wanted the production space. And the thing for me is, it always felt cumbersome and tedious anytime I wanted to create some content, to have to be like, I got to unpack the lights and set the lights up and screw in the bulbs and plug the lights in and hang up a backdrop and set up a tripod and do all these things, versus just like, now I walk in and it's light, camera on, do whatever we want for however long. Obviously we've upgraded the equipment as well. That's the other thing that I'm pumped about, is like, if you had to come here in the first year, it was basically like empty except for lights and a tripod and a handful of folding chairs. Like, we have way more equipment, and aesthetically it's got a bit of a vibe now, but at first it was just like literally an empty studio space with backdrops and some mics and some cameras. We've come so far, Brandon. Yeah.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Now, Lars,
one more thing I want to show you. Not sorry at all, actually. I wanted to show you, I think I have, where did I put it? Here it is. You asked about the name. So yeah, it was all like, okay, I got this space. I got to register a business. I got to register a website. Got to register the Facebook pages and all the social media, do all those things. And then, so I was like, okay, what's the name going to be? What's the name going to be? What's the name going to be? And I somehow stumbled upon it. And I knew, like, I've got Danish heritage. So the Viking thing made sense. Comedy, stand up, laughing. Okay. Laughing Vikings. I'm trying to find it here. Not trying. I'm finding it. Oh, I just had it. Too many notepads. This is edge of your seat tension right now for podcasting listening. There's nothing more compelling on a podcast
searching
to listen to a
notes.
guy look for something. Okay, I'm looking in this notepad. Looking in that notepad. You know what I feel like I did? I feel like I took out all my notepads, grabbed the one that had it in it out of it, and then set all of the ones that didn't have it down next to the podcasting. So I'm missing the one that has it. What I was going to show you was the original name and logo. And fun fact, Laughing Vikings was one, but I was thinking like video production, video creation. So I was also thinking viral videos. So I legit wrote down in the same scrapbook as Laughing Vikings as a potential name, I wrote Viral Viking and Virus Viking. In 2017, I wrote that, and I'd be like, man, that'd be weird if my company name was Virus Viking or Viral Viking. Yeah. And I'm not sure how. The original logo, I sketched it out, and I had this notepad. Yeah, it was exciting and it was scary. I mean, I think the lesson is, or the lesson that I've learned, or if there was to be a lesson, is there's something you want to go for, and maybe not all the lights are green to go for it. Still go for it and trust that you're going to figure it out on the way. Like, ideally I would have had this perfect business plan that I knew exactly what was going on, but it was more like, okay, I want to do this. I'm going to throw all the money at it and do my best and figure it out and take some business classes and learn. I learned on the fly, but and it was interesting. I went and saw the place, realized I had last month and a deposit, and was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I slept on it. And overnight, the next day, I had creeping thoughts like, oh, should I? And the thought of like, can I afford it? Is it too risky? What if it doesn't work out? I had those big time, to the point. And then I just was like, no, yesterday you were fucking pumped about this. This is what you want to do. Yeah, it's a risk, but you'll figure that out. Like, what's the worst case? I'm not going to end up homeless on the street or anything like that. So I sort of was like, I at least know people with couches, you know. Yes. What was you were going to say a next question?
Yes, I do. I'm actually very interested if you could speak on having a sign outside and the importance of having a sign outside to promote your business.
What a great question, Brandon.
I figured you'd like that.
That's why you're here at the BK Broiler. And I will answer it thus. In the words of renowned philosopher kings, Ace of Base, I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign, never gonna give you up. I saw the sign. Oh, it's old school marketing. It's like people walk by. The amount of like a shock, like it makes me think that I need to be doing more digital marketing, because the percentage of people who come here who are like, where I'm like, how'd you find out about us? And they're like, well, one day I walked by and saw the sign. So it's just a classic. Yeah, they sing Ace of Base. They're like, one day I walked by and I saw the sign. Yeah, and it's nothing special. It's just one of them classic sandwich V signs. Which at the like, if I think back to the graphic design and what was on the very first sign, it was the ugliest thing ever. It was just something that I made in Canva that was basically a crappy logo. Actually, the first logo I got made on Fiverr, but the rest of it was just me in some dumb font colors that I'm colorblind too. So it's not like that I'm great at any kind of design. So that's the other thing that's been cool. If you look at the iterations of branding for Laughing Vikings, it's gone from like horrible to like, yeah, that's decent, to like fairly slick, you know, like this kind of stuff. Like I didn't make this one. I had hired a designer to do that for us, a graphic designer. But the original sign was just like ugly block letters. I think it was purple and yellow, like Lakers colors. Yeah. But people come in all the time, like for Comedy Alley and for the studio here. It was like, oh, I was walking by and saw Laughing Vikings. I wondered what it was. I looked it up. Now we have QR codes on the sign too. Yeah. So people just click at it and it takes them right to a landing page on our website for tickets or for a self-tape. So yeah, old school marketing.
Yeah, it's always a conversation starter. When I was standing outside handing tickets out, or the coupon things for Comedy Alley, people loved the sign, and like they would be like straining their necks looking at it. And,
what's this?
Yeah, well, what's going on here?
And
you got something interesting up there.
The fun thing when you're the founder / figurehead of the company is you can just put your own face on your own signs. It's like if anyone out there, if you're wondering like, how can I get a leg up? Just realize nobody vets you or checks. There's no fact checkers at any sign maker. You can make any graphic, any sign, type whatever words you want on anything, and just go make a sign. So I was like, hey,
yeah. People would always be like, "Oh, is the guy on the poster going to be there?" And I'm like, "Yes, but he's taller in person, so just beware when you see him." Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that sign is not to scale, being 36 inches tall. And we've upgraded. That's the other thing. It just started as the crappiest old sign. Now, if you're walking by the Queen Broadview area, you will see not only a sign, you will see a red carpet, because who doesn't love the red carpet experience? And you will see a velvet rope.
Where did you get that velvet rope?
Velvet rope. Never mind, Brandon. I got it from the Oscars.
What'd you do? Call them up?
First rule of Laughing Vikings, don't ask. First rule of Laughing Vikings Velvet Rope Club, don't ask about Velvet Rope Club. I got it on like Craigslist or Kijiji, and I believe it was like a salon or like a barber shop or something. It was like a salon, and they just had them there like just aesthetically. So it was $80 for 2 stanchions and a nice fancy velvet rope. And I like that for 2 reasons. It's a little bit of it draws the eye to it because you're like, oh, what's this place? The bigger reason I got it is so that when people, it was originally before Comedy Alley, we weren't doing shows, we were just having a studio, but it's TV and film actors. Where do TV and film actors eventually aspire to be, hopefully at some point in their career not that they're doing it to be on the red carpet, but that's a fun experience at film festivals and premieres. And I like the idea of people coming in as VIPs and coming in to be treated royally and to be treated well. Not any more than any other human beings. I'm not saying that actors are royal and all the commoners get to stay out. Not at all. But I wanted that to be for everyone was like a welcoming, like, ooh, I get to come. Ooh, a velvet rope. Ooh, I'm a VIP. Come on in. And then when no one's here, it's just stay out. Too fancy for you.
Get out.
Get out. Yeah, and the other thing that's old school, just good old fashioned balloons all summer long when we were running Comedy Alley shows. So it'd be a busy sunny day, people walking by, seeing the red carpet, seeing the velvet rope, seeing the sign, and then we put balloons on there, and I would put a big happy face, big smiley face, a wacky comedy balloon, and on the back it would say like show 9 p.m. So people are like, what is this place? This is a wacky emporium of balloons and velvet ropes is what it is.
Now, Lars, I want you to take a deep dive with me. What makes a comedy wacky balloon?
Big smile, really big eyes, wacky eyes.
I hope everyone's writing this down.
You go kind of googly eyes, funny ears. Don't forget the ears. Hair, you can just a few strands of hair, like wacky hair. Yeah. Or you can kind of make it, you could put like eyebrows, eyelashes. You can go big eyelashes, like nice. Like what's the Punch Buggy? What's the movie? Remember the movie? What's that? You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Beetle. Remember the Beetle bug, the car? Like, and it was
like the show, like Beetleborgs?
No, the show, the movies, the Disney
like
movies
the Power Ranger Beetle type thing.
No, Brandon, no! Don't make me yell at you on a podcast, guys. You know somebody saying in the comments right now. It was the Punch Buggy, like the I think it was like a car, a Volkswagen Beetle, the bug. There's movies. There's like fucking 3 movies about him. Famous. It's like not Lassie. It's not a dog. It's a car. Jesus.
Like Herbie Fully Loaded?
Herbie. Yeah, there you go.
With Lindsay Lohan?
Herbie. Yeah. Herbie. I don't know.
I'm surprised I forgot that, critically acclaimed movie.
I went down a rabbit hole there.
Did you go down a Lindsay Lohan rabbit hole?
And the only reason I even brought it up was I was talking about the eyelashes. So sometimes on those bugs, people will get the headlights with the eyelashes on them. So yeah, that's that's what I was thinking. So yeah, great question though, Brandon. Great question. How do you make balloons wacky?
That's hilarious.
Teeth. You can put big goofy teeth on a balloon.
That's good.
Blocky teeth. Yeah.
Okay, so I have 2 more questions for you, Lars.
Yes.
So, what is the booking for someone else that you remember most fondly?
Ooh, great question. There's been so many. We've had people book commercials, which have had big chunks of change attached to them. So financially, those have been great and often really fun because we have a lot of comedians coming through the house. We've had people book series regular and brand new pilots of TV shows and then do series regulars in a whole season. People booking leads and ensemble and supporting and features. One of the fun things that I was thinking of, and it's appropriate now because it's a huge movie coming out, is so The Rock's movie, Black Adam that is coming out. Huge blockbuster DC dark anti-hero movie, giant vehicle for The Rock. One of the supporting, or maybe she's the lead, she auditioned here. So, and this was pre-pandemic, she was shooting her TV series here in Toronto at the time, had a last minute request for this, like, what do you call it? Like, it was all under wraps too. Like, we didn't really know what it was, but it was like the Dwayne Johnson project or the Rock project. So she booked it. I looked her up. I was like, oh shit, she's done a ton of TV. She's like, at the time, she was probably the most name or the largest resume of anyone who had come to the studio. And so, unbeknownst to me, now I figured it out afterwards, and now they've released things, so I'm sure I can talk about it. But for Black Adam, so I was actually reading The Rock's lines off camera as the reader to his co-star in Black Adam too. Look up Black Adam. You can call her up. I feel like she changed her last name recently, but I want to look up who Sarah is her first name.
Sarah
Shahi. Sarah Shahi. Yeah, and she was great. And one of the things I thought about it, I remember witnessing, I was like, she's playing it very seriously and all the importance, but it was also really funny. Like, she was finding a lot of moments in this, like, as you can imagine, like shit blowing up, or they're like fighting the military or whatever they're doing in it. But I was like, damn, your comedic timing on this I was really impressed. And I didn't know her at the time from her other shows. I looked on her IMDb, and she was like, she's done a ton of TV work. So, but yeah, that's a big one now that I think about it. And the movie's not even out yet. 3 years later. Is
there any others that you remember quite fondly?
You kind of put me on the spot here. I mean, all of Chris Sandiford's stuff recently, like all the recent ones. Chris Robinson books a lead on Pillow Talk. And again, it's like, obviously they're all super talented. So if any of you like think that we're saying this to take credit for any of that, they're all brilliant actors. But it was really fun for us because we get to workshop some of the scenes. We see sides before the show's even on the air. So often we've seen sides for pilot episodes and for features and for untitled projects that, due to NDA reasons, we can't talk about, but then years later they end up coming out. So Chris Robinson on Pillow Talk was really fun. I know you worked with him, and so did I on those. Chris Locke just booked on Run the Burbs, which was the new CBC series on CBC Gem with Andrew Fung and company. Pat Thornton has a great scene in the most recent Resident Evil. And I did that one via Zoom with him over the pandemic, of all things. So like that was kind of neat to be involved with that and get to see their processes. Yeah, Sandiford booked Moonfall, God's Favorite Idiot, which is the series with it's Melissa McCarthy's new series. So he's done some great things. Yeah, who else? I mean, Shaquille just booked Murdoch Mysteries.
Travis Milne was on.
Oh,
Chucky.
Yeah. Travis Milne booked Chucky. How cool is that? We're like, dude, you're gonna get killed by Chucky. That's fucking epic.
We can't say that.
Oh yeah, well, it's already out. His season's already out. It is.
Needless to say, spoiler warning, and I will be editing this episode later.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so moving on, Lars, my last question.
Get on Reddit, everybody.
My last question for you. Yep. What is the most interesting project filmed in the studio and or recorded?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll just share some fun things that have happened and fun stories. Early on, in the first year or two, one of the main uses of the studio, aside from self-tapes, we used the studio for a lot of podcasting. So people would rent the studio out to record and or film their podcast because they needed a space. Maybe they wanted to have guests over and they didn't want to invite their guests into their home or into their basement apartment or to their parents' place or whatever. Or maybe they just live in a place that's not as convenient. Like we're right downtown, Queen and Broadview, super easy to get to here. So Mark DeBonis who's a stand-up comic, and Mark did an episode with us prior on the podcast. He's a stand-up comedian and filmmaker and podcaster. He had a network. I don't know if he's still actively creating content, but it was called the 10-Minute Podcast Network. So it was a bunch of other comedians who had their own 10-minute podcasts, and they would just shoot like 6 to 12 10-minute episodes. And they were really, really niche podcasts. So one of them, Andy Fruman, who's a stand-up comic, had a podcast called Chip Chatter, and it was potato chips. So he and the guest, they would go to a grocery store, a convenience store, get a random bag of chips that they hadn't eaten, and then on the show they would like taste test the chips and comment on them and say what they thought, and then rate them at the end. Like if these chips were at a party, would they continue to eat more if there was a bowl of them? Would they pay for them? So that was, and I got to do a few of those episodes, which was really fun. But then I always felt terrible after the episode, because by the end, everyone's eating like a bag and a half of chips the whole episode. So you just be like, oh, that was really fun, but now I feel gross. All full of salt, fat, sugar, chemicals, salt, fat, sugar, chemicals, put it in your gut. Yeah, there you go. Nice work. Brilliant. So yeah, the podcasting early on. Also, Johnny Rogers did his podcast early on here that was called Pod Jobs, like odd jobs, but pod. And that was really fun. And just by being here, I happened to be able to sit in on a few of those episodes. Anto Chan was involved in that, and/or was a guest. 11, who's a beautiful, wrong word, beautiful. What's the word? Prolific, I think. He's an actor as well, but he's also a freestyle vocalist. And just like, so he freestyle raps and stuff. He's super cool. I've been friends with him since ever. He's also beautiful too, for those who are wondering. Shout out to Winnie too. Winnie, you too, his partner as well. So all the podcast stuff, the Photo Brothers, Jared Poirier, I always have trouble saying his last name, Poirier, from Galaxy Design, who incidentally, one of the early logos of Laughing Vikings, Jared also did. So there's been a lot of projects weaving in and out of here. And my original idea with Laughing Vikings, aside from being what it is, my thought process was, I want this in like 5 or 10 years. I want it to be a clubhouse feel, an incubator for cool, fun things, especially comedic things. But I want in years to come, people to think back and be like, holy shit, like, look at all the cool things. Like, wow, all those people were in those doors through like just one of those legendary places where there's so much Canadian talent and TV film talent, stand-up comedians, actors, all coming through here. Like the amount of creative juices in this place and just good mojo for fun. Like there's no bad vibes in this place, because everyone who comes in here is super creative, super fun, super expressive, willing to have fun. So and I think that has now come true 5 years later, where we can now look back and be like, yeah, shit, there's been a lot of cool stuff here. Our podcast, this is our 75th podcast that we've done. You've been a part of what, 51 of them, 52 of them?
56.
Yeah, you're up to 56. So that's been huge.
Yeah.
Comedy Alley was huge. That I didn't see that coming. Although now I'm like, oh, why wasn't I using the alley the 4 years prior? But that being a pandemic thing, like, yeah, when we were all had our lockdowns and there was no indoor anything and no indoor entertainment, as soon as they started releasing that and the summer got nice last year, it was like, okay, let's do shows right here, 5-person shows, then 10-person shows, and then maxing out at around 20, 25.
And that was so huge in Toronto for all of the summer. Like people were doing huge shows outdoors. And I don't know if that's going to actually stop this year, because it was such a great time to be in the city, because like you were going out to all these like fun parks and like sitting down and listening to comedy for a couple hours, and like so much fun. Just so much fun to be around the crowd, be under the stars, see the moon, and like listen to comedy, and like listen to sometimes the worst days of people's lives, and like the Schadenfreude effect, but also just like having fun being around people again. And like that's not something that you can take away easily.
Last summer was magical. I can't speak for any other shows because I did not leave the studio and or the alley. As you know, I was here literally every Friday and Saturday. So I
You did a
know,
couple shows with Puff Mama, didn't you?
not on a Friday or Saturday. Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
okay.
I did. Yeah, I did a handful of other shows during the week.
Yeah.
I did a Sunday show, but for the most part, I was in this alley every weekend from July till Halloween last year,
Mhm.
and it was amazing. It was magical. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll look to continue that. By the way, for those of you listening and or watching, you can grab 50% off tickets from the next Laughing Vikings show by going to laughingvikings.com/comedy alley.
Mhm.
That's laughingvikings.com/comedy alley. Yeah, you can also go to laughingvikings.com/links, and you can see all our links. But if you join the wait list, you'll, as soon as we release dates, by being on that early bird wait list, you'll get your first tickets 50% off. So that's something to hop on
Ooh,
to. And
that's
we're
good.
looking at maybe a soft launch, soft open of April 1st if weather cooperates. I feel like April Fool's Day would be a great
Yeah.
day to open. Maybe just do a special show. Maybe if it's nice, we'll do something before that, but we'll see. But we'll be doing them all summer long as well. And reminder, to go grab tickets to Eric Johnson's Run with the Bull Tour. Laughing Vikings presents that Sunday, February 17th at 8 p.m. at Bracebridge Hall in Muskoka in Bracebridge. And you go to www.bbhall.ca to grab tickets for that if you're anywhere in that area. And that's coming up soon. So make sure you grab those tickets. It's a small, intimate venue. Eric's an incredible performer, has toured all across Canada and the States. So you'll be in for a treat. I'll be there hosting. We'll have some special guest openers. What else? Make sure to like and comment and subscribe and do all those things too. Subscribe to the podcast. There you go. Brandon's going to play more of that.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Is that everything? 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
For me, I mean, the other quick thing that's happened is just the amount of connections to like my own personal career in comedy and in the TV and film world has like magnified and expanded probably tenfold just by people coming through here that as a lone wolf artist, I wouldn't have maybe run into them or maybe would have seen their posters or been like Facebook friends with them, but might not have seen them in person as much. So shout out to all of our clients and all of our friends and all the actors who come through here, all the stand-up performers, all the audience members. We had a brilliant summer of people coming out to their first live performance in 2 years because of the pandemic. So we got to meet people up close and personal. And I really felt all those Comedy Alley shows. I don't know about you, but by the end of the day, like if our capacity was like 20, by the end of the night, I would know everyone's names. Like I obviously know all the comedians, but by the end of the night, I know everyone in the audience because I'm hosting and interacting with them. I know where they live sometimes. I know what they do for a living. We had a lady almost have a baby here, and 2 days later, she did have the baby and sent us pictures, and we got to celebrate that. People coming to celebrate their anniversaries and their birthdays. So yeah, it's been amazing to build a community and to be a part of that. And recently, shout out to all of our Audition Hero registrants who came to that live training, our 3-part training. That was one of my favorite things where we had people all over the world to do that here with us. And you can still register to watch the replays of that. You go to laughingvikings.com/audition hero, laughingvikings.com/audition hero. You can register. You'll get access to all of those. And then we recently opened the doors to Actors Audition Club. So welcome to all of our new members. Hello to all of our longtime members. Some of our members here of Actors Audition Club have been members pretty much for the whole 5 years. We got some OG people, so it's been amazing to be a part of their career and to collab and have fun. Of course, we got the BK Broiler. Shout out to the BK. You've been huge. Thank you for all your help in the studio here with tapes and in the summer with Comedy Alley and editing the podcast. All of our other session directors over the years too. That's currently we got Amy Emanuel, Lucy Sanzi, Kat Vitkoff, in the past, Trevor Ketchison, Lori Impiana, Jesse Camacho, Jordan Kaminsky, and I'm still missing some. We have had more people come through. Nick Hendricks helped out as well. Yeah, we've had all kinds of fun stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
Here's to at least 5 years more, except this is a year of expansion. This year it's Toronto, and then it's going to be New York and LA and in all the major cities. And we're expanding internationally now too. So it's exciting. Good stuff.
Yeah. I'm very excited for this next year of Laughing Vikings. I love doing the sessions. I love helping actors. I love being a part of the casting and process, and just even just filming stuff. That's so much fun. I used a gimbal for the first time, and that was great. I know, so much fun.
Gimbal.
And, yeah, I've done things here I never expected to, and I don't want to go back. I like this new version of me here at Laughing Vikings, and the BK Broilers staying.
Right? See, you didn't have a nickname before you met Laughing Vikings. You were a nicknameless
name man.
You were a nicknameless nobody. That's not true. You were somebody well before you came here. You had done lots of great things in TV, film, and theater. But I am happy for you and excited, grateful for you to be a part of things. But I'm also very excited that you say that you feel like you've grown and it's a positive atmosphere. And then you're right. You had to learn a bunch of skills. You learned editing. You've directed and coached hundreds of actors now, editing podcasts, using sound editing software, using video software, learning about the platforms, YouTube, how to post, Anchor, the podcast platform. So yeah, that's huge. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
You're like a different person.
Yeah, I am.
First came here.
Yeah. I mean, and I've talked about this before. I was not happy or satisfied with my career before the pandemic started. And like I had changed and left my agent, and like it was adamantly about to do theater and like just focus on that for the next couple years. And I was in a show, and we performed on March 13th because we had a 50-person capacity, and we sold out that show. And the next show we didn't have very good sales, and we shut down after that weekend. But we did get 2 shows in before the pandemic finished. And it was something on my bucket list because I had always wanted to do a show on my birthday. And I did get to do that. I did get to fulfill that dream. Like I had always done shows, and like it was always around March 13th, but it was never on March 13th. And this one was the first one that was on March 13th. So I'm very happy to have done that before the pandemic.
I won't do it all. We've done it. It's been done.
But yeah, before I came to Laughing Vikings, I was not satisfied with my career, and I feel a lot more secure, a lot happier, and a lot more fulfilled now that I've started being a part of the industry more and figuring out how to make a living out of not just acting, which has been fantastic. So much more rewarding too.
Nice. So much so that now you can die of joy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the most fun game show online. Die of joy.
Joy.
Die of joy. Die of joy. Die of joy. Die of joy. All right, viewers at home, in the comments right now, you can pick a number, any number at all. Of all the infinite numbers, you can pick any one of those numbers. One, two, who knows how many. Then I will roll this 6-sided die. And if it lands on your number that you picked, any number at all, from 1 to infinity, you can pick any possible number, even decimals and those weird numbers. What do they call them? Perfect, impossible numbers. What are some fancy number? You can pick a fraction. All right, you ready?
Okay.
We got any in the comments sections here? Comments, type it in. Brandon, maybe
type it in now. I'm watching. I'm waiting for people to type in. Ooh, I'm gonna pick my favorite number, 57, Lars.
57. Okay, all right. I think I got a good feeling, Brandon. I got a real good feeling.
You got a good feeling about this?
Oh yeah, we hit 57 a few times.
With the 6-sided die.
Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? 5 is the first digit and 57. And right next to a 5 is a 6 plus a 1 is 57. He rolled a perfect 57 5 with a 6 and a 1 right next to it. How does he do it? He always picks right here on Die of Joy. Die of Joy. Die of Joy. I love that as a game show name. Die of Joy. Pick another one. Pick another one. Pick another one. Between 1 and 6 this time. Oh, wait. I dropped it.
79.
Brandon, please. All right, here we go. All right, ready?
79.
79. He's rolled. Ding, 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 ding. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He rolled a 4, and 4 times 20, of course, is 80. Minus 179.
Oh!
Hit it right on the head.
Yeah!
That's 2 in a row. What are the odds? You want to let it ride?
You know what? I am going to let it ride. Let it ride. Ooh, I love chanting.
Okay, what's the number?
I am going to pick 1,861.
1,861. Okay, he is letting it ride, which means he's taking his $10,000 winnings from spin 1.
I got a good
plus
feeling about
his
this.
$1 million spinnings from spin 2. Winnings. That means he's now got 1,010,000 that he is going to try to 1,000x if he gets this right.
Wish me luck.
Double, triple, or nothing.
Fingers crossed, everyone. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes.
Womp, 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 womp.
No. What happened?
Sorry, you owe us $1,010,000. I hustled you, buddy. I hustled you. You thought I was just going to give it to you like I gave you the first spins. No, I roped you in, and now you owe me $1,010,000. As stated in your contract when you signed on to be a contestant on Die of Joy. So you can either pay the money or you can die of the most joyful torture you could imagine. He's chosen to die of joy by...
I have chosen to die of joy by feather tickling.
By feather tickling. That sounds awful. That sounds...
It would be.
Terrible.
It will be.
Brett Barker says, awesome. Happy birthday, Laughing Vikings. Hey, Brett Barker, you want to play along? Brett Barker, come on, get on here, buddy. You can pick any number. Any number at all. Any number at all. Everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a numbers person.
Congrats and good luck. Last chance, Brett.
Last
number.
chance.
You got a number? Get it in there.
Give us a number.
Get it in there. Win something nice for the lady. Win a prize for the lady.
Come on. Any number will do.
Okay, any number will do. He's gone with 4. That's a
4. Oh!
Ding, 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 ding,
Oh,
ding,
Brett!
ding, 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 ding,
You
ding.
did it!
Whoop,
Yeah!
whoop,
Woo!
whoop, whoop, whoop. He's died of joy, everybody. Here we are at Die of Joy. I love this. This is gonna be Laughing Vikings' first game show that we produce. It's gonna be called Die of Joy. What does he win? Let's send Brett Barker. What city do you live in right now? Tell us what city you live in. Or next time you're in Toronto, if you're not in Toronto, we'll let you come out to one of the Comedy Alley shows.
Yes.
You win tickets. Because I know a guy.
Oh.
I know Brandon. He's usually working the door.
I am.
Just come see Brandon and say, hey, I was the Die of Joy guy, Brett Barker. that somehow hit 4 against all odds.
I'm gonna write that in the notebook that
seriously,
you can find.
What are the odds? Oh yeah, he's in London. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, next time, let us know when you're going to be in Toronto.
Yeah.
Sometime in the summertime, and you can come out and check out a show. Yes. What are the odds, huh? It could have been any number of numbers.
I think it was 4.
He picked 4, but it could have been
the exact number he said.
What are the odds that of all of the numbers? How many numbers are there even? I feel like there's like an infinite number of numbers, and somehow it landed on 4.
That is good guessing,
odds?
Brent. That is
what
good
are
guessing.
the odds on a 6-sided die that he would hit one of who knows how many numbers? Huh? He says he almost died of joy. Good thing I didn't, because now I can come to the show. Yeah, that's the scam that we play. Like we never have to give out the prize. Brett. We never get to the prizes because the contestants die of joy.
Yeah.
And make sure to sign the waiver. Welcome to the show. Make sure you sign the waiver.
Sign the waiver before you come on.
Look under your chairs. You'll see a waiver. Don't read it. Just sign it.
All right. Is there anything you wanted to end off on today?
No, do all the things. Connect with our community, especially those actors of you. If you've had at all any struggles with auditions, especially self-submit auditions, if you've ever been anxious or nervous or having to get all stressed out about who to bug or where to film them, or are you going to have to do it with a family member or any of that stuff, we can help you out here at Actors Audition Club. You can hit us up for an in-person session in the studio or a Zoom session. And you can also go check out the replay of Audition Hero, our 3-part training series at laughingvikings.com/audition hero.
Woo! Step into that dream role today.
There it is.
There it is. And before we go, there is one more thing.
What is it? Ooh, one more game.
Remember to check out Laughing Vikings presents Eric Johnson's Run with the Bull comedy tour at Bracebridge Hall Sunday, February 27th, 8 p.m. Get your tickets at www.bbhall.ca.
Sunday.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe this episode wherever you're watching this episode. Could be on YouTube, could be on Facebook, could be on Twitch, could be on any of the podcast platforms. But thank you for tuning in today. We appreciate you. We love you. Have a fantastic week. And remember, stay classy.
And remember, Shelton John's stirring rendition of Benny and the Jets. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night.